Are you a phone battery? Because I want to plug you all in.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Here with Hallow, here are my top 3 ways to improve your life. Number 1, wake up early. You've heard me say it before, it just sets your whole day up right. Number 2, right after you wake up, stay.
Bonnie's just different. What do you think you're doing carrying marijuana around in your pocket? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. These were in your coat pocket and Jim says they're marijuana. It's no wonder you can't open your eyes. What do you expect doping yourself up with this rum stuff? You don't even know what you're talking about. What do you know about pot? Pot? Is that what you call it? Until this morning, I thought marijuana was something to read about in the newspapers, not find in my own home. Now, you wash your face. Come downstairs as fast as you can. Your father wants to talk to you. Both of you were raised better.
Really isn't that Bonnie doesn't know better, Mom. Maybe the kid she hangs around with smoke pot, so she thinks she has to try it.
But when it comes to somebody trying to stick the grass in my pocket, the whole family has to push the panic button. Somebody didn't find them, Bonnie. I did, and I pushed the panic button. Why wouldn't I? Look, has either one of you ever tried marijuana? No.
Of course not.
Well, just because you don't know anything about it, automatically it's got to be worse than drinking.
This all happened this morning?
Well, I was peacefully sleeping. Let me tell you, I sure woke up in a hurry when I saw what Mom had in her hand.
Dad showed me how to do this.
Looks like it's my turn. This is gonna suck.
So yesterday we discussed the supposedly historic trip into space taken by the all-female crew that consisted of Katy Perry and Gayle King and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend and a few others. That the crew was not really a crew. They were passengers taking a ride. They were in space for like 3 minutes. There was nothing historic or significant about it. We talked about the media celebrated it as this monumentally historic event because they were women who took the trip. Well, Gayle King is now speaking out, and she is upset that more people are not celebrating her. The media was celebrating her. There's a lot of celebration, but not enough. And she thinks that those of you who are not falling at her feet to praise her achievement are sexist. Let's listen.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you know, you never see a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. That's why it's called, this particular capsule is called the New Shepard. We duplicated that route. No one said he took that ride. Yeah. It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was and what the work that Blue Origin does. We use space technology all the time, whether it's your GPS, whether it's your satellite. That doesn't just happen. Every time a flight goes up, they get some type of information. Two of the astronauts, I still have a hard time calling myself an astronaut, but two of the astronauts on board, one is a rocket scientist, one is an astrophysicist activist. We're actually doing experiments. But every time one of those goes up, you get some information that can be used for something else. So I wish people would do more due diligence. And then my question is, have y'all been to space? Have you been in space? Go to space or go to Blue Origin and see what they do and how they do, and then come back and say, this is a terrible thing. I've had so many girls and women and some guys who are saying, whoa, I saw what you did. I'm thinking maybe I should reconsider. Maybe I could do this too. The young girls in particular. But it's not just the young girls. We're also encouraging, I mean, the boys look at it and see what women and young girls can do. Mm-hmm. So I know there are cranky Yankees. I know there's some haters, but I'm not going to let people steal my joy and steal the joy of what we did or what we accomplished that day. I'm just not going to let it in. I'm not. And these are some of my friends that are just throwing shade.
I'm going to give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
So let's do it.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just Netflix and Spotify.
All right, it's saying you have
Have you all been to space? Have you been to? No, we haven't been to space, Gayle, because we don't have a friend who's dating Jeff Bezos. Okay, we don't have a friend who's dating the guy who owns the rocket ship and the company that makes the rocket ship. So no, we haven't been to space. So I appreciate the suggestion though, as well. Why don't you try going to space first? I'd love to, but I'm not part of the crew there. So that's not really an option for the rest of us. The only way to go to space is to have $1 billion or more. That's one way to do it, or to be friends with someone who's got billions of dollars. Those are like the two ways to do it right now, and that I don't fall into either category, and most of us don't. So she's completely delusional. She actually calls herself an astronaut. And so this is not. We talked about this yesterday. I was kind of joking about how they see themselves as astronauts, but really do. She actually thinks she's an astronaut now. Gayle, you can call yourself an astronaut in the same sense that my 8-year-old son can call himself an architect because he builds stuff with Legos. In fact, he has a much more credible claim to the title of architect than you do to astronaut. He is actually building something at least. You didn't do anything. You experienced something pretty great, which is going to space. You didn't do it though. You did not contribute anything at all to that journey. It was an experience for you, not much different than if you go to a movie and you sit down and you experience the movie. That doesn't mean you get to take credit for the fact that the movie exists. You didn't make the movie. You're experiencing it though. Surrounding tariffs, families across the country are potentially facing another wave of price increases at the grocery store. But the good news is GoodRanchers.com is completely tariff-proof thanks to their 100% American supply chain. You'll get stable prices for high-quality meat grown right here in the U.S. without having to worry about tariff-related price hikes. The average family throws away $500 worth of meat and seafood every year. And Good Ranchers helps you avoid this waste with their vacuum-sealed, individually wrapped cuts that stay fresh for a year in your freezer. Plus, their cuts are pre-trimmed by professional butchers, meaning you only pay for meat you actually eat. No more trimming, 10% off before cooking. You get more value with every bite. I've tried many of their steaks and other choices, and they're quite possibly the most tender, tasteful, clean protein options.
Bro, this is one of the weirdest things ever. Like this whole, we can let that spice. Okay, you went to the upper atmosphere. You went really, really high, and you can see like the curvature of the earth. But is that space though? Could we reach that with a balloon? Probably. You remember that one fucking guy who did the Red Bull challenge and he jumped from the highest height off a fucking balloon? That was about the same height. These bitches was the Red Bull balloon guy. That's what y'all did. And then you can tell like they weren't really in space because they had no space gear. They didn't have like suits, like environmental suits. They just had like regular, basically like they was on Star Trek. What kind of uniform is that? They only got no oxygen helmets or backup reserve air just in case anything goes wrong. Oh, because you're not really in space. If you're not worrying about pressurization or loss of oxygen, because you're probably not in space. I got some stock in Blue Origin, so hey, I hope they do the best, my guys. I really do. Look up Blue Origin. Their stock isn't that much either. So I got a little Amazon stock, got a little Blue Origin stock, just in case this motherfucker pop off on something. You know, Bezos, let me get a little piece of that chump change you got working over there, buddy. Get a little piece of that action with your space shit. You trying to turn this into tourism. Upper atmosphere flights is what you're going to call it. Simulating the feel of real astronauts. Gail King, you're not an astronaut, my lady. I'm sorry, man. And why are all the black women just cutting up lately? Like every time I turn on the news, it's a black lady acting like a dumbass. The attorney general from New York, this bitch didn't get caught in goddamn mortgage fraud. The other chick, she getting caught up with this talking about the Maryland man. That motherfucker not from Maryland. And our gal tell you they not praising me enough for being an astronaut. Bitch, you not no astronaut. What is wrong with y'all women nowadays, man? Y'all need to sit the fuck down, bro. I swear. All of them need to have a seat and take a motherfucking chill pill. Not space, according to Neil, the astrophysicist who studies space. So there's a definitive difference between being in the upper layers of our atmosphere, which are very thin, and actually being adrift in the abyss of space. It's a big difference. You know why? Because gravity brought them back down. They went up and gravity brought them back. If you broke free from our gravitational pull, then you're in space. That's space. Now you're cooking with grease. Y'all women ain't do that. Y'all barely, you know what I'm saying? Y'all barely was up there. How long? 11 minutes. Girl, please. Eleven minutes. It take me longer than that to take a damn shit. I sit on the toilet longer than 11 minutes. On my mama. And we will be launching in 10, 9. Oh, damn, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Come back from the bathroom, they back on Earth. Damn, bitches, y'all just launched. Y'all back already? Shit, I didn't even wipe good, thinking I was gonna miss the damn thing, and still missed it. I'll be damned. Acknowledge me. In a state of constant free fall. They're just falling around the planet. You know what I'm saying? It's all about trajectory. You get that trajectory right, you can just fall around the planet forever until you get decommissioned and crash land into the ocean. Somebody said there's not as many satellites out there as we think either. It's like, how come we can't see all the satellites in the sky then? If y'all got thousands and thousands of these motherfuckers out there, shouldn't we be able to see these motherfuckers with the naked eye? I guess not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a scientist or an astronaut for that matter. I'm not a scientific astronaut. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an astronaut. I'm on YouTube and I talk shit a lot. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an astronaut. I'm on YouTube and I smoke pot a lot. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an astronaut. Are you an astronaut? Well, I have been into the upper atmosphere. So, in a sense of the word, no. Acknowledge me. Praise my existence. Why? Why should I praise your existence? Bitch, I'm an astronaut. A what? Really? Did not know you worked for NASA. Thought you were like a journalist, commentator, or news lady or something. This bitch say she a goddamn. She say she an astronaut now, astrophysicist. Entertainment purposes only. Let's not forget. I was so high, I felt like I was out of this world. Whatever makes you sleep well at night, ma'am. Whatever you have to tell yourself to get a good dream, you know, you just do that. Make yourself happy, whatever that takes. You know, self-care, self-love. Self-care and self-love don't look the same for all of us. Some of us have to invent fantastical stories about our true abilities in order to feel satisfied about our lives. And that's okay. That's fine for some people if that's what you need. I understand. I don't understand, but I will accept that. I can accept that. People are different. We're all, you know, we all got our own little quirkiness, our own little ways of doing things. We all got our own little ways of doing things. You know, if you got to run around and call yourself an astronaut that make you feel good, you do that. You run around and call yourself an astronaut. That's fine with me. You can call yourself an astronaut all day. I had the weirdest sleeping patterns today. But I feel pretty charged and energized right now for the moment. I went to bed a little early last night, around 8:30 or something. And then my bladder woke me up to go to the bathroom around 2 something in the morning. Don't y'all know I could not go back to sleep after that shit, bro? I could not go back to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? My eyes, I'm shutting my eyes tight, like, nigga, just drift off to sleep. I done start hitting the weed and like, you sleepy yet? Like, nah. And so I'm sitting there just mind super alert, thinking all the dumbest shit in the world. Why does unscented deodorant still have a smell to it? It clearly says unscented, but I can still clearly smell this shit. You know, dumb stuff like that. So once I start asking like really, really dumb questions to myself, it's like, nigga, you need to get up and think about something different, bro. Because I'm aggravating myself now. Hey, bitch, what is you in here thinking, really? What is wrong with you, bro? Nigga, you is weird. Where's all these weird thoughts come from? You need to go occupy your mind. You know? Go occupy your mind. You do something else, nigga. You ain't worrying about odorless deodorant. So I said, okay. Let me just go paint. So I was in the studio at goddamn 2:30 this morning. And I tried to go back to sleep, and I couldn't. So I wound up just going to the gym and cleaning up and doing laundry, and I ain't gonna lie, I went over there and I fuck around with the Gundam a little bit. Still can't go back to sleep. Then I got hungry. All right, fuck it. Let me cook some breakfast. No, actually, what? I paid some. I went out and paid bills. Then I was like, let me cook some breakfast. I made me some eggs and grits and some corned beef hash. Then I came back up here again and tried to paint some more. And when that food hit my stomach, that itis kicked in. This nigga, you sleeping now for real. So I did take a nap from about 10 to 12. So I got 2 more hours of sleep in. Then I just woke back up. Now I feel weird. Like, I don't know. How you take a nap in the morning, nigga? How you taking a nap at 10 o'clock in the morning? You should just, because I was up at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. That's why I took a nap at 10. Weirdest thing, man. Weird shit, bro. Weird science. And now I feel like I'm ready for the world right now, though. I ain't gonna lie. And regardless of all this space stuff, honestly, who gives a fuck about Gayle King, man? Huh? You know the first time I ever heard her name ever is when, now correct me if I'm wrong, isn't she the one who interviewed R. Kelly and he started crying, talking about, y'all trying to ruin my life, man? Yo, I swear though, everything I love. I think that's the first time I was ever aware of this lady being in the media or on TV or, in the celebrity realm or whatever. Like, I didn't know who the fuck no damn Gayle King was. And I still might be wrong about that. Was that her? See Oprah share her friends off. Yo, motherfucking Gayle King. This is a weird lady. She's weird like the other lady who got her show banned. I think she got taken off TV. She had, oh, was that Gayle King? No, that wasn't her. This other lady had a bald head or something. I don't know. Like I say, man, I love my people to death, bro. I love me some black people. I swear I do. We cool as fuck, man. Black people make all the goddamn trends, all the new cool slang and fashion. Man, we just awesome people. We are. But sometimes we be doing too much too. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even hold back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all bitches be doing too much, nigga. Just calm the fuck down, Calm down. Doing too damn much. Even some of my friends throwing shade. Bitch, ain't nobody throwing shade at you. We telling you what happened. You took a flight really high and you came back. And what? End of discussion. That's it. You went really high in the air and you came back down. And now what? We should praise you for that. And you're upset that we're not praising you for that. And that is a weird thing. You're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. Calm your little ass down. You know what I'm saying? Like my man said, my son built a castle out of Legos. Now he an engineer. He just walk around calling himself an engineer now. Because he done built a structure. The little engineer that could. Don't forget to praise him. Praise. These astronauts. We're stuck with after. Hey man, Puff. Now I'm pretty nerdy, but I'm not Big Bang Theory nerdy. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not throwing no shade and nothing like that. Not trying to insinuate anything at all either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put nobody in categories. I'm just saying, Big Bang Theory. No. This nigga say, you remember that? You remember that episode? No, I don't, sir. I do not, sir. Nigga like, I thought you was a real nerd, nigga. You ain't no real nerd. Look at this man. He don't watch Big Bang Theory. I tried it. I tried it a couple times. I did not laugh, man. I don't laugh at some shows. Friends did not make me laugh. I tried to watch a couple episodes. Everybody like, you gotta watch Friends. No. No, Big Bang Theory did not make me laugh, bro. I couldn't. Now the Young Sheldon. Now that shit was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. Now Young Sheldon had me cracking up a little bit. I can admit that. All right. This motherfucker trying to. This nigga said Big Bang Theory. Okay, all right. All right. We can see the levels here, people. Not trying to make it obvious, but we see there are levels to this thing, and some people are more advanced than others. Obviously, way more advanced than myself at the nerdism. You know, it's all good. I've watched Third Rock from the Sun. You know, I watched that, and you know, but hey, to each their own. I want to use a bigger brush, but I don't like cleaning big brushes out, especially when I'm brushing this hard, because I'm really trying to get the paint into the canvas. And when you apply that much pressure like this, the paint actually goes deep into the furrow of the brush, which causes the brush to fray and spread. And when you do this with bigger brushes, you just run a bigger risk of fucking your big brushes up and getting too much paint in it that when you try to clean will never come out. So just use a smaller brush on some areas, guys. It takes a little bit longer, but you'll save yourself headaches in the end of not trying to clean out a super big brush filled with an ass of fucking oil paint. Now on that sky section, as big as the sky is, oh yeah, I definitely pulled out a big ass brush for that. I'm not about to sit here going all stir crazy trying to. Man, it feels so good. I don't know what it looks like to y'all when I be wiggling my wrist and going in circles like this, but it feels good to me doing this. It makes me feel like if I had something else in my hand and I was going in circles like that, like a I don't know, like a fidget spinner. Like I concentrate on my swirls. Ladies, get yourself a painter with a slick wrist. Or a mechanic who can screw little bolts into tiny little holes. Their fingers are very nimble. I'm just making suggestions. For entertainment purposes only, though. She said, I am officially white and nerdy. Let's take it back to Weird Al Yankovic. He took Riding Dirty to White and Nerdy. Classic material. You can't fuck with it, man. I'm telling you. She said, I am officially white and nerd. I love it. I love it. That's what I love about you. Huh? We know who we are, and hey, unapologetically. I almost said it right. I ain't gonna try it again, but I almost had that word. Anyway, we don't give a fuck what people say about us. You just gotta be ourselves. Just be yourself, damn it. I'm a black anime nerd, so I don't give a fuck. I love anime. I'm putting together a Gundam Wing model kit right now. How many? Look at me. I look like I should be selling drugs on the corner somewhere, but instead I watch fucking anime and put together robot model kits. Cause that's who the fuck I am. You know, looks can be deceiving. I'm a black anime nerd. You know, and my homie Wendy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? With all the pride in the world, shit, bitch, I'm white and nerdy. And that's why she watched my show. We got something in common. Unlike people who watch Big Bang Theory, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to box people off and put people in categories who watch shows like Big Bang Theory. Jeez. We're all equal in my eyes. For the most part. I'm white and nerdy. I'm white. Now I got that shit in my damn head. Unapologetically. There you go. I had to try it one more time, people. Damn it. My tongue too fat. But that's what she said. Hey. All right, so there's a tree like here. In this section here is going to be a tree. Gonna let that dry. We're going to put a tree there. In the future, in the near future, there will be a tree about here. Okay, so we got that building. Like I said, this is a very. I'm trying to do this background as dumb as I possibly can on purpose. It's blown out. It's very blurry on purpose. You know why? Because the last painting we did took us how long? It took us 72 years, 3 months, 14 days, 19 hours, 27 minutes, and 44 seconds to finish that last painting. We not doing that shit this time. We not about to do that. We not about to do that shit again. We about to run through this motherfucking painting in 10 hours. A 10-hour painting, man. Oh, it ain't got to look straight. It ain't got to be straight. It just got to look straight. Oh, it's gonna take on a whole different meaning with this goddamn piece. Cause it's gonna be a masterpiece, but it's gonna be a fast one. It's gonna be a fast ass masterpiece. He said Trap want to catch some malware. That's fucked up, bro. Hey man, Puff, don't hack my shit, dog. Keep your keypad over there where you at, man. This motherfucker talking about. Nigga, you know I got your IP address. Puff, don't do me like that. Goddamn. This motherfucker can be a super villain if he want. I don't like that shit. Watch what you say to Puff, man. This motherfucker gonna dox you. Talking about, I know exactly. All I did was find Facebook. Then I triangulated the coordinates from your last post. I know exactly where you at right now. Calm down, sir. Calm down, sir. I don't want no business. I don't want the business. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who watched Big Bang Theory, you know, they know some shit. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be back. I shall return. I should have took that. Yeah, let me take this.
And the convenience of delivery to my door makes them all that much better. Here's an amazing offer. Visit goodranchers.com right now and use my code Walsh to get $40 off your order plus free meat for life when you subscribe. Choose free ground beef, wild caught salmon, seed oil free chicken nuggets, or bacon in every box forever. That's $300 of free meat every year for as long as you stay subscribed. In a world of constant change, your mealtime can stay consistent and affordable. Visit goodranchers.com today. Use code Walsh for $40 off and free meat for life. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered. Just to be clear, the word astronaut does have a definition. The definition of an astronaut on their website. As this, the term astronaut derives from the Greek words meaning star sailor and refers to all who have been launched as crew members aboard NASA spacecraft bound for orbit and beyond. It has been maintained as the title for those selected to join the NASA Corps of astronauts who make star sailing their career profession. Now, we take the NASA part out and allow that someone can be an astronaut even if they don't work for NASA, which they can still. Astronaut involves a lot of training that Gail King and Katy Perry never went through, and it means you were crew. You were part of the crew on a spacecraft, and crew means that you were on the craft, somehow involved in piloting it or maintaining it or working on it in some way.
Level just started and we're already getting overrun. I gotta take these guys out and build this crossbow tower as fast as possible. I don't even think I have a choice. Quickly. Ooh, that was close, but that should take care of things. Wait, never mind, more guys. I should have saw that coming. Anyway, we can't handle this without a second crossbow tower and maybe a wall to block the enemy's path too. That should hold us. Wait, now we have these big beepers coming? When does it end? This is King Shot, a tower defense and base building strategy game that just came out recently and is already top 5 in strategy games with over 1 million downloads. King Shot combines strategy, exploration, resource management, PvP and PvE battles, plus a whole lot more. I suggest you give it a try. If you think you have a shot at becoming a king, that is.
King Shot, build and fight.
Your job expects you to be on time for work every day, but wants you to just wait 2 weeks for your paycheck?
If you need $100 to make it through the day, you are not alone. There's this app I love called Earnin, and with it, you can get up to $750 in between paydays. It's your pay, your pace. You just verify your identity, spin this wheel right here, and boom, money's in your account. Your money is transferred right to your linked bank account. There's no credit check, no interest, and you can choose what you tip if you like the experience. Get what you need to make your day right. Download Earnin and make it payday. Trust me, your future self will thank you, especially when the snacks run out.
Crew is. Think about the flight crew on a commercial flight. Not talking about the passengers that are sitting there. We're talking about the pilot or even the flight attendants. You were not any of those things. You were a passenger. Most insanely of all, she actually compares herself to Alan Shepard. And in case you didn't know, Alan Shepard is famous because he was the first American to go to space in 1961. He was the second person to go to space. Yuri Gagarin, the Russian cosmonaut, was first, but he actually beat the Russian beat the American by, I think it was like 20 days, 23 days. So it was very close. Second human and the first American. Going into space at a time when the possibility of death was very, very high. This was extremely dangerous. First, or to be among the first, is always dangerous. You're the guinea pig. And that's why we celebrate, the pioneers who are the first or among the first to do something, because for that reason, that you're taking on all of this risk. Like someone has to be the first to go do it. I would love to go to space now. I would take a trip if Jeff Bezos offered it to me, which he never will. I would not have wanted to go in 1962. Okay, I would.
Who is the pilot? Yuri Gagarin? The first guy to go in space? The Russians? Everybody said that's why we faked the moon landing, just for like morale. Just say we did it. Well, they're gonna want proof. Well, fucking make it up and just say we did it so we can feel better than the fucking Russians. That should say hot. See the black letters? That should say hot. Hey, this is a hot soda. Like a spicy soda, like peppers. Think about that. Have you ever had a hot soda? No matter how cold it is, it's still hot. Mm-hmm. I was just playing about that moon landing shit too. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know? But when Buzz and the gang came back from the first moon landing, they didn't seem too excited about whatever. They didn't seem like they just came from the moon, you know? I don't know how people act back in the day. They just look kind of weird. Or is that just me? I may just have a bad sense of perception. I've been told that before. I think everybody's a faggot. And they're not. Everybody's not a faggot. But that's just my perception sometimes. And it can be off. You know? My perception can be off. I think most people are retarded, and they're not. In reality, most people are not retarded. To me, they just appear to be. So my perception can be wrong. I know that. I know I have poor perception. But sometimes just put it in space. Trash? Man, put that shit in space. Nobody don't need trash on the planet. You're not worrying about that shit up there. Launch that motherfucker. Launch it. Damn, this queso is delicious. It's spicy queso too. Everything's spicy. Y'all do y'all research on peppers and how good pepper is for your digestive system. Always need some spiciness in your life. Always need some spiciness in your life. Who texted me and why? All right. Uh-oh.
If it was offered then, I would have said no, thank you. Because the possibility of exploding on the way up was like really, really high. We don't celebrate the people who do it as on a tourist trip 60 years later. We celebrate the people who were the first to do it. And Gail doesn't want us to say that she took a ride, but that is in fact what she did. She took a ride on a remotely piloted craft.
That's all it is.
Gail King comparing herself to Alan Shepard. It's like making a phone call in the year 2025 and then comparing yourself to Alexander Graham Bell.
She just did the same
Like
thing.
saying, hey, when I made a phone call, I did exactly the same thing that Alexander Graham Bell did in 1876. Anyone who denies my achievement is sexist. Oh, sure, when that man, Alexander Graham Bell, when he makes a phone call, you guys act like it's a big deal. But when I do it, nobody cares. Sexism is alive and well. Magellan circumnavigated the globe in 1520. Everybody thought it was so cool. But when Gail King takes a Carnival cruise ship to the Cayman Islands, no one's celebrating her.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You know how you start scrolling sometimes and you're like, what am I doing? And then
the patriot.
Why my man going in so hard? It's like, yo, Magellan sailed around the world, bitch. Just because you take a cruise ship, you ain't doing nothing. Alexander Graham Bell and his team, they did big things back in the day. Just because you use a phone, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. Ma'am, stop inflating your achievements. You did nothing. You didn't do nothing. You know what I want to know? My biggest question. This is my biggest question. How long in advance before launch did they know they were selected to go on this flight? And how many hours of training went into preparing them for this flight? That's all I want to know. That's two questions. When did you know that you were selected for this flight? And how many hours did you train to prepare for this flight? Oh, he told me like 2 weeks before, and we just did a couple of hours in the training. No, you're not an astronaut. Real astronauts have the decency to put on a full spacesuit, go into one of the deepest pools that NASA has, and at least try to fake this shit for us. They really try to fake these walking repair mission to the International Space Station. They really do a good job at that, You guys barely tried. And then when you landed, you opened the door before Bezos came to open the door. He's like, no, don't. I'm going to open the door. Oh, you fucked it up. You didn't even close the door back all the way. And now you messed up the cinematography. It was supposed to be this whole exciting thing, and you screwed it up a little bit for the cameras, So next time, like the astronauts be doing, just follow the fucking script, bitch. Just follow the script. We said land. We did not say open the door. Bezos is going to open the door with his magic wrench key. But see, you already messed it up. See, I told y'all not to open the door. God damn it. Did y'all get that on camera? God damn it. They saw it on camera. Anyway, well, whatever. Nobody's going to know it. Nobody's going to pay attention to it. Yes, we all paid attention to it. And this bitch want to get out and kiss the ground. Oh, thank God. Shenanigans, I call. It's all shenanigans. A sorority? They're all sisterhood, all in the sisterhood. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that shit, because that's a part of the stipulations of being in one of those fraternities or sororities. Bitch, you better help me out and pull me up and keep me in the good when you got millions of dollars. That's how those groups are supposed to work. Oh, girl, guess what? We going to space next weekend. You want to come? Yeah, girl. I always wanted to go to space. That's been one of my biggest dreams, is to go to space and be an astronaut. Ox. Trying to get some shit set up.
There. When Neil Armstrong walked on the moon,
And that's coming from a lady, you know? It's a little insulting. A little bit. For these cackling ass hens to get up there and say, look at our accomplishments. Look at our accomplishments. No. Let's celebrate the real female astronauts who trained for years in their particular field to go up there and do science to help advance mankind as a whole, not to go up there and take fucking selfies and complain because nobody's hitting the like button on your Instagram when you post your selfie. You're making women look bad. Calm the fuck down. You entitled wench. You entitled wench is what you are. You and your sorority sisters. This bitch probably wouldn't eat at certain restaurants for whatever reasons. But you get out of the goddamn capsule and kiss the fucking ground. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I gotta kiss the ground. Bitch, you crazy. You was crazy. The whole group of them, all of them. Send them all back with no parachute. Send them back up there.
was freaking out about it. But then when Gayle King walks through the snack aisle for a moon pie, no one, everyone says it's no big deal. You know, that's sexism. I tell you what, it's a real life Handmaid's Tale. That's what it is. And it really is a shame that these women are insisting on being so insufferable about this, because like I said yesterday, it is cool to go to space, or should be a profound experience. If they just came back and said, wow, it was amazing. I'm so grateful I was given the chance to do that. I have so much gratitude. Tell you what it was like. If they said that, I wouldn't criticize it at all. In fact, I'd be interested to hear their perspective on it, because they see the world from a perspective that few human beings have ever seen it in person anyway, or will ever see it. And that's really cool. It's not an achievement at this point. You didn't do anything, but it's a really cool thing to be able to experience. taken this immense experience and they've turned it into something small and petty because the experience it was not bigger than their egos. And it's a shame. This is the tragedy of narcissism. For a narcissist, that narcissism makes the world a very small place. Nothing that happens in the world, nothing in the world, not even the entire world itself, is bigger than your own ego, than your own need for to be admired and to be congratulated. But she comes back from space. It should coming back from space should change your perspective on things. It should be this really humbling experience. I mean, come back, and the first thing they're doing is complaining that people aren't congratulating them enough. So rather than coming back with more humility, they come back with less somehow. Now, this video, if you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out the Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I mean, he has a very good take on that, you know, just like, was it something cool? Yes. Why you gotta be such a douchebag about it? Calm the fuck down, people. You didn't do anything new or original or anything like that. You just did something that's pretty cool. And then you just, once again, conflating and inflating. We were in space. But were you really? Huh? We just asking questions, man. Motherfucker, can you ask questions no more? Well, I swear. I can't do shit. Can't ask a motherfucking question. That's crazy. Insufferable. I went to space. What did you do? Well, I don't have a billionaire buddy either. If my buddy was a billionaire, I'd be like, yo, bro, let me go to space next time. I don't give a fuck. It's just upper atmosphere. It's all good. Can I see the planet? I'm trying to debate these flat Earth motherfuckers real quick, bro. Let me get some pictures of this shit, man. Because every time a flat earther come around, I just be like, I ain't never been to space, so I don't know, man. I don't know what the fucking shit look like, honestly. I just see the same pictures that NASA show you. That's the only thing I can see. But if I got a chance to see it for myself, bro, let me go see, man. Let me go see. As soon as we come back, I'm calling up every flat earth debate channel, and we about to talk. Hey, man, this shit look round from up there. From I got my own pictures. I took it on my iPhone. Yeah, man, they let you take your iPhone to space. You ain't know that? It's 2025, nigga. You take your iPhone to space, you don't even got to put it on pilot mode. That shit just work. Word, yo. Word. You know, that shit look round from up there, yo. That shit look round as hell. So we go ahead and dead these conversations right now. They better got COVID tested. Because one wrong sneeze. I don't want to be in a middle tube with demons. What, sir? God damn, that's how you look at people? This nigga said a middle tube full of demons. I know you spreading COVID. COVID. Somebody spreading that COVID. What it do, what it do, what it do. Yeah. I don't think there's no congratulations in order. Like once again, like it was cool. We're not gonna deny that. But beyond that, I mean my little cousin can wheelie his bicycle. He can do a wheelie with no hands. That's fucking cool, bro. But like, okay, and then what? Him wheeling a bicycle with no hands, that shit ain't gonna solve cancer or no shit. It's just a pretty cool trick he can do. We went to space. And what? And okay, and now you say whatever you did after that in space. And then, well, we took some pictures and then we came back. But anytime any mission like this goes that high, there's tons of data that comes back, and we can always learn more every time we do this. This is true. This is very true. What was your part in that? Where do you come in the educational aspect of this space flight? This lower atmosphere space? Where was your part? None? You just went for a ride, which you're telling us that you didn't do. You went on a flight. What's the difference? When a man does it, they call it a flight or a journey. When we did it, they said we went on a ride. Yeah, because you weren't piloting anything. When the men did it, they were pilots. They had to pilot the spacecraft because it wasn't remote or autonomously driven. Like, what don't you understand about that? That's where the years of training comes into play. To be able to pilot and astronaut these machines and equipment, which you didn't have to do. Henceforth, your Star Trek Enterprise costumes that you guys were wearing, your Deep Space Nine outfits, and you look a little silly, a little bit. Blue Origin, nice name, I like it. It has a little ring to it. So when we get out to the stars, once we start, leaving our own neighborhood and going out, they checking out other people's neighborhoods, they be like, where did you guys originate from? We originated from the blue planet, Blue Origin. Oh, then, the neighbors would be like, that's pretty cool, man. We've been looking at that little blue ball over there. We didn't know y'all was on there. Yes, that's where we originate from. We have a blue origin. That's pretty badass. I don't know if they want to. Hey, man, motherfucker trying to go to check out that submarine? I don't know about that one, bro. You know why? They would have to actually have gear and more training. And I don't think they want that. All right, we're doing big things. Big things, man. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. I ain't want to be on no submersible, man. No, sir. You want me to lock myself in a box and go underwater? Ah, man, I ain't Harry Houdini, nigga. I ain't David Blaine. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. We gonna go check out some sunken ships. And them motherfuckers sank for a reason, nigga. Mm-mm. I'm a firm believer. Humans need to stay in their element. Stay in your element. If you ain't got gills, if you don't got gills, man, what the fuck you doing in that water, man? Can you breathe that shit? You can't. Okay, you telling me you cannot breathe the water, but you're gonna put your whole body in it. Oh, right. All right. And you're gonna go so far down in the water that you can't even see the surface where the air is at. The stuff that you do breathe. Oh, okay. And you're doing this because you think it's fun. Wow. Wow. All right. All right. Because you think it's fun. Interesting. Your idea of fun scares me. Yes, sir. Your idea of fun actually doesn't sound like fun to me. It really does not. But hey man, once again, to each their own. Cause the shit that I be doing, people think that shit boring as fuck, and I get it. Trust me, I understand. Sometimes I bore my damn self. So trust me, man. I see exactly where you're coming from. I can see exactly where you are coming from. I can basically agree with you on that. You know that sometimes what I do seems to be boring, and that's an honest assessment. That's an honest assessment. But when y'all motherfuckers want to do adrenaline junkie shit, let's go cliff diving. No, thank you. And I'm good on cliff diving. You want to go underwater cave exploring? Underwater and in the cave? No. To me, that sounds, first of all, it sounds dangerous. And the fact that you're wanting to do it makes me think you're fucking crazy. You are a crazy person. And why are you going underwater cave diving? I want to see what's in there. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to. I don't need to know what the fuck is in the cave. Man, they got these stalagmite crystal formations, nigga. I don't talk about some stalactite crystal formations, nigga. I care about being able to see and breathe. You know what I'm saying? You know, caves are dark, right? Bitch, I'm not nocturnal. I don't got cat vision. No, we got our lamps and our flashlights. Man, one battery failure or one trip and fall and you break your shit, you in the dark, nigga. Like that girl who got lost in them catacombs. They found her body 3 years later. I'm good on that. I'm not trying to get so lost that I die. What happened? Yeah, he was lost for a long time. Body just gave out. Starvation, dehydration. He was lost for a long time. Where he went? Underwater cave diving. Oh, yeah. It's easy to get lost doing that shit. I'm good on all that type of shit. Call me what you want, man. A pussy, a punk, a faggot, whatever. Hey, man, call me what you want, man. I'm not doing certain things, man. Come on, Trap. It'd be amazing. I bet yeah. No. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard it was for me to just go camping? Just to go camping. You want me to sleep outside? Sleep outside. We sleeping outside. Oh hell. Well, I'm gonna take a shit. I'm shitting outside too. Okay. Okay, this is different. And y'all motherfuckers do this for fun. Oh. This is your entertainment. Does a bear shit in the woods? I guess so, because I was taking a shit and there was a bear. So that's that. I'm telling you right now, LG. Whatever, however you want to label it. However you want to label it, whatever make you feel good. But there's certain things I just can't do. Certain things seem like I look at the risk versus reward factor. And some things the reward is just so minuscule compared to the risk that I don't even see why would I even attempt to do such a thing? Because on one hand, I could take pictures of some really cool crystal formations, and on the other hand, I could die. Like, this is a hard decision. This is such a hard decision. No, the fuck it ain't. I'd rather put myself in a situation where death is the least likely thing to happen. And so that means that I would have to exclude all underwater cave expeditions from my itinerary. Because believe it or not, there's a high risk of unaliving yourself. And I love myself too much. Have y'all seen me recently? Have you seen me recently? Man, look, man, I can't unalive this brilliant, handsome stud muffin. What the fuck? Just want me to put my body in harm's danger for entertainment and excitement. I can't do it. This right here, this is as much entertainment and excitement as I need in my daily life. I turn on the camera and let strangers watch me. That is, you don't know how high the anxiety will shoot up from that little piece of knowledge that right now people are watching you. What? No, I mean, people, yeah, people, no, you don't understand. They're specifically watching you right now. Make me a little anxious, you know? Might be a little anxious about that. And that's enough. That's enough anxiety and adrenaline that I need. Just live streaming. What do you do for fun? I turn my camera on. I turn my camera on and then I wait. Oh yeah, that's some scary shit. Make you think twice. And if it don't, it ought to. It ought to make you think twice. You better double check everything. All your gear, your communications, ropes, water, and rations. You double check that shit and then you triple check that shit. Cause you about to go in this cave, bitch. And there's always a strong likelihood that you might not come back. I'm just saying. Underwater currents, ancient undisturbed flesh-eating bacteria, trolls. I mean, anything can happen in a cave. I mean, I've heard stories, man. People go in head first and get stuck and just starve to death in a crevice. You just starve to death in a crevice. I don't like the idea of that. So why did you go in there? I just, I thought it'd be fun. And now look at you. You're dead. Now you died. God damn it. You can't get into heaven like that. If you crawl head first into a hole and you die, don't think that the saints just gonna let you walk up into heaven like that motherfucker gonna stop. What's your name? My name is oh, you that motherfucker. Yo, he's here. Who? The guy in the cave. Oh, turn him around. They told me to turn you around. What do you mean? I'm a Christian. Yeah, but the way you went out, man, that cave incident, bro, you was dumb as fuck for that. We can't let you in here, man. But I'm a follower of Christ. Yeah, you's a dumbass too. Who told you to crawl in that fucking cave like that? Who was with you? Yourself? Yeah. Nah, we good. We good. We don't need you up here, man. Go ahead. You can. I ain't telling you got to go to hell, but I mean purgatory is right there if you want to go hang out there for a little while. Because we just can't allow you in here right now, sir. This nigga done killed himself in the cave. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you know what, Lord? Don't have mercy. That's like the other dude who tried to demonstrate how to escape from quicksand. If you're trapped in quicksand, how to get out of it. And so he wanted to film a demonstration of himself getting out of quicksand. And so he set a tripod up with a camera on it, and he started walking us through this process of don't panic, and this is what you do. And he couldn't get out of the quicksand. And effectively, he recorded his own death because he went out there and did it by himself with no one else around. That motherfucker did not go to heaven. I'm telling you right now. I can promise you on everything I love. They ain't let him in there. They couldn't let if he got into heaven, I know I'm going to heaven. If they let him in, anybody can get in. Well, what happened? Well, I was trying to film a tutorial for my YouTube about quicksand. Oh yeah, about how to spot quicksand and yeah, how to spot it, but more specifically, how to get out of it if you're already in it. Oh, and then what happened? Well, I couldn't get out the quicksand. Wait a minute. You're trying to teach someone else how to do something that you can't do? Yeah, you can't come in here. No, I'm a Yeah, but yeah, I don't think we gonna let you in here. It's the quicksand guy. He talking about YouTube channel. Turn him around. Tell him try again later. Yeah, they told me to tell you that purgatory is over that way. You ain't got to go to hell, but you know, yeah, we can't let you in here for no dumb shit like that, man. This nigga then he talking about teaching people how to get out of quicksand, and he can't get out the quicksand. False advertisement. Back of the line. The line, sir. Yeah, they certain things you just not. Who is going in the underwater cave? I don't like that. I know they do, but they not nobody I know. They ain't nobody I know. I ain't know no shit like that, man.
The Reaper's Warning can be found in most underwater mapped caves. It is there to tell you that you are leaving the daylight zone or cavern zone and entering a full underwater cave. It is also there to help turn away non-cave certified divers from entering the cave and potentially getting lost.
Yeah. When you try to go underwater cave and you got a sign with the Grim Reaper on it that says stop, read the words, turn around, or you gonna die. Yeah. Then you see the first person just swim by that sign. Yeah, I don't know people like that. I just know they out there. I know they out there. You know, because they say, oh, but it's the beautiful rock formations underwater. Bitch, I don't need it. I'll watch it. You go do it. And you film it and you send me the video. I don't need to go do no shit like this. At least they got a whole group of niggas. So if y'all die, it's like everybody dying. I'm good though. Hey, to each their own, man. Whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you excited about life, whatever makes you excited about living. If almost dying is what makes you feel alive, go do that then. Go almost die, nigga. Let me read this Grim Reaper sign before we go any further. What the sign say? The sign say we probably die if we keep going. Well, we're only going to go a little bit further. Yeah, we're just going a little bit further. We're not going to go to like the death zone, but just to, we go down a little bit more. It'll be all right. It should be all right. Oh, hell. Anytime, if I ever see a sign, they got the Grim Reaper on it, I probably won't even try to read the sign. I'm just turning around, I'm gonna just, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. First of all, somebody took the time to write this sign up, to write the information on the sign. Somebody had to take the time to write that shit down. Then they had to put it in the computer and print it out on the sign. And then they had to get that sign down here under the water at the entry of the cave. They took a lot of work. That's a lot of time and effort going into making a sign that says you might die. Strong chance you're gonna die. You're leaving what we call the daylight zone. Huh? Oh, ain't no light down here. I'm good. I'm fine. I'll be all right. I will be okay. Not going in underwater caves. Nightmare fuel. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Y'all go ahead on your little cave expeditions by your damn self. Like I said, I will watch it. I'll watch stuff like that. But participate in it? Never. Never in a million years. We're going on on an expedition and we have one open slot and it's free. It's free. I'm good. You can't even give me a trip like that. You just won a trip to go with the most well-trained cave divers. I'm good on that. What the fuck kind of trip is that? Oh shit. Omizu, what's good, bro? Caves and underwater? No. Let's not do that. Not the cave and underwater. I mean snorkeling, looking at some coral reefs and some rainbow clownfish. That's one thing. Walking into a little cave on the side of a mountain in Mount Rainier somewhere, that's one thing. But if the cave is under the water, yeah, we're not gonna do that. We not. Why is y'all even mixing those two things together? Why is you mixing that together? Nigga, go snorkeling or go spelunking. This motherfucker want to snorkel spelunk. You're doing too much, man. Why are you trying to do both at the same time? Shit make my head hurt. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, but it be white people. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be as honest as I can. You ain't gonna see no black people doing that shit. Call me a liar. Say I'm lying. Okay. Y'all motherfuckers be looking for the most dangerous shit to do. Why? I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. Bro, you'll never see a nigga talk about, oh, we about to go underwater cave. Yo, and in that one clip, it was like 6 or 7 divers, all on white. I guarantee you, all of them are white. we not about to do no. But it's a free trip. No, I don't give a fuck if you give me the shit for free. I don't know. I don't want that. We not about to do that. You know? Motherfuckers just try to make excitement. My life exciting enough, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Being black in America, that shit is already an adventure. That shit is an adventure. I don't need to make more adventures. I'm good. I'm good. The most dangerous stuff. And now, this all come back to what we were talking about before. These goddamn women. And once again, I love women, all women. I think all women are beautiful. But these women talking about they astronauts. Man, Miss King. Now, just because your last name King, don't make you the motherfucking emperor of all this holy bitch. You ain't had to do nothing, learn nothing, plot, plan, operate, maneuver, or anything with this damn trip you went on. But now you talking about, they won't acknowledge me as an astronaut. Because you're not. Because you're not no astronaut, man. And why are you acting all hostility about this thing? Like you real mad too. Real mad. Yeah. And who else was on there? Katy Perry and so it's, I don't know, and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend or fiance, or it's like I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, this is America, man. Home of the free, land of the brave. I still think SpaceX is just a better company. So, but I got stock in both of them. I'm talking a lot of shit about Blue Origin, but I got some stock in Blue Origin, and it's not that expensive either. Get a couple of shares of that shit, man, just in case Bezos, might make a power move or something. Yo, this brush is just falling. It's like falling apart right in front of my eyes. Damn. God damn. But yeah, look into his company, buy some of that shit. Don't just get Amazon, but you gotta get you a little bit of Amazon. Get you some of that Blue Origin. Believe it or not, I don't have Tesla stock. I feel like I should. But I had another electric car company. It was called what is it? Loomis. They should start doing bad though. It's an upscale airline. They were passengers. Not astronauts. You just, once again, like when you say it, they're just saying we went for a ride. Yes, that's literally what you guys did. You just went for a ride in a super plane, in a super jet that detaches. I don't know. I wanted to see the landing. I wanted to see how that thing landed. Because once again, somebody showed pictures of the SpaceX re-entry, and their fucking capsule was burnt. It was scorched because it had to re-enter the atmosphere, which causes a lot of fucking friction as you're trying to move past the air molecules. Shit heats up, and the SpaceX shit looks fucking scorched. Then when you look at the Blue Origin, man, that capsule is fucking pristine and white. It's clean as hell. Like even touching down, you would think like the impact would kick some dust and debris onto the thing, but no, this is another criticism from the moon landing too. But that's neither here nor there. That the pads on the moon lander didn't even have any dust or debris on it when it made that. But back to this Blue Origin thing, I'm just saying, like, that was a good observation. Why is your fucking pod so pristine? Do we have footage of the parachute landing? Because I never saw that part. I just saw him try to open the door. So he walks up to the thing and he has this tool in his hand. And then the door opens a smidget, like they crack the door open. One lady from inside the craft opens the door, and then it's Bezos and another lady is walking towards the craft. The lady goes to the door and she says, "No, close the door back." And then they close the door back. And then Bezos walks to the door with this tool in his hand. He has his back to the camera, so you can't really see what he does. It looks like he attaches a wrench or something to the door itself, and he starts like torquing and twisting, and then it kind of pushes in, and he says something to the lady standing beside him, like they didn't close it back all the way, and they just laughed at that, like ha 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 ha. And then the ladies start walking out and kissing the ground, and they're like, oh, where are my kids? Oh, they're over there. Go hug your family. Go to your family. And it's like they staged that, bro. And that's the thing. If you stage one part, what does that say about the whole endeavor? Like, why even try to stage any part of this thing? Why? Any part of it. So, what we're going to do, right, when you land, I'm going to open the door from the outside and I'll grab your hand and lead you out. But what happened was one of the ladies opened the door from the inside. Now, did you not rehearse that? Did you not rehearse that part? Did you forget your lines? Was it taking too long and someone got anxious and thought they were stuck and they were a little panicky and like, let me out? Or did you think the plans changed and you perceived that they were signaling for you to come out? Because there's like a bunch of windows on this thing too. Like you can see right in and out of it. So it's like, what were you? How did y'all screw that up? And it wasn't a big screw up. You know what I'm saying? It happened so fast. If you're not paying attention, you just wouldn't. Nobody would care. And the people who are like excited about this, and you should be to a certain extent, but the people who are just like really excited for the spectacle and not like asking questions about, so what about this thing? They're just like, oh, that was so great. And yeah, and it's like, okay, yeah. But if you had to stage any little part of this, what does that even mean? What does that mean, dude? Now, if she would have performed like she was in space, somebody dropped deadly one, like, nigga, please open the door, open the door. Hurry, get me out here. Like, what's going on? Yo, I don't know if it was Gail or not, but somebody fucking bombed this whole shit and I can't hold my breath any longer. Goddamn crop dusted me in this motherfucking pod. Once again, this is the thing with the moon landing, the official NASA moon landing, which is for entertainment purposes only, because I have no idea as to what I'm talking about. So do not believe anything I say. And if you think anything I say is true, I always advise you to go do your own research. Just a little bit of it. Well, how I'm supposed to believe that? Because in some of them photos from the official NASA landing, hey, shit don't be lining up. Shadows don't line up, and light sources look real sketchy, artificial. I mean, like different, like set lights. I mean, but so if they was doing that like in the 60s, I mean, did we see this shit land? I'm trying to see. Wait a minute. Can I see? Can I find an image, a video of the landing? Blue Origin landing. I guess there is. Hey, I guess they do. With the phallus. Why does it look like a phallus? talking all this shit about this thing, and I ain't even watch it. I really didn't. I just watched the somebody react to them coming out of the pod. No, whatever thing. I'm not gonna buy your phone game, bitch. I got PS5. New Shepherd's pie. This photo right here is ridiculous. What happened? That's so. I mean, are they cute? Yeah. And that's the thing. Do I want my astronauts to be cute or competent? It's a difference, man. Cute and competence that doesn't equate to the same. You guys are fucking cute as shit. This is such a cute picture. I can't stop looking at it. They're like, it's a really good picture. But is this fucking are we in Star Trek already? Like, you don't have oxygen helmets, or like they were just up there floating around, like, because you're not in space. You know why? You know why you're doing that? Because you're really not in space. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's just see what it looked like. I just want to see.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Why do I always love the countdown?
Commanded to start.
I just.
2, 1.
Damn. All right. Now I want to. What I'm gonna do is dark brown. I'll probably just do that brown and then do gray on top of that. So this is our first detail layer over the underpainting. Oh, I knew I was gonna do that, motherfucker. I waste my ginger ale. But the layer that can I not talk? Jesus. The layer that I am applying now is not the last layer of paint. Got a few people in here, more than normal, so I'm just assuming there's somebody in here who hasn't seen me paint before. I usually do at least 3 to 4 layers of paint. That's if you want to include this under layer, this underpainting or not. But I normally paint over the entire canvas at least a couple of times. And so far on this piece, we have painted over the sky and given that a more lush, deep layer to it. And we started detailing these buildings back here. Very pushed back, very blurred out. There are some other elements that are going to be here. So there's a tree. So I'll show you guys my reference photo. So over this building with the green awning over here, there's this tree that comes from the left. So essentially I'll have a artifact here that will capture the eye and kind of like, in a way, it'll help like frame him, because I can arch it like this, and it'll make the eye rotate around, and then it'll come around and center right there, like some golden ratio shit. So we are going to add that tree here, and then you can see like a very vague perception of a tree here. So you want to add that in there, and this flag. So there's, once again, the background is purposely blurred out so I can really focus on him. And we're not going to take a long time with this background, because our last background took us 72 years. I am literally 119 years old after that last painting we did. It took 72 years of my life And these guys stayed in here the whole time. Omizu's like 149 years old now. After watching that last piece, we were in here for a while. I mean, years and years grinding on that shit, yo. Grinding on that shit. And we finally got it done. We finally got it done. 70 something. I might be exaggerating if I say 72. It might have been 70 or 71. But so this one, we're not gonna take that long on this background. We're just not. And that's on purpose, because I don't know if I'm live to be 200 years before I finish this fucking painting, and I ain't trying to do that shit, We got to get art made now in this lifetime. He said, I'm almost dust. We got to get it done now. We got much time to be here playing around with this shit. Dedication to this thing now. You know what I'm saying? We done figured out what the purpose is, so we're gonna roll out with the purpose. I can't be taking, decades upon decades to finish a piece, man. Not every time. Not every time. Sometimes it may take a couple decades to get where you want it to be, and that's fine. Passion, patience, practice, and persistence. And that's fine. But sometimes you got to dumb it down and get to the meat of the thing. What makes the image worth looking at? Where is the information coming from? Where is the impact coming from? Everything else, forget about that shit, man. It'll be all right. You ain't got to be straight. You just got to look straight. Will it make it a better painting? No, then leave it out. You say one good strong gust of wind, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm done for it, man. Dim the dust. All right. Get back on this Blue Origin. And once again, man, we ain't big on celebrities over here, and so this is the thing. Like, I butcher this saying, but I can almost get it right, and I really do think it's true. That small minds think about people. Average minds think about events. And great minds think about concepts and ideas. So we all over here, we float around above average. We ain't trying to say we some super geniuses, we extra special or something like that, but we above average, we a little above average over here for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we can't we don't associate with average people. I'm just saying. So we not big on celebrities for one thing. That shit don't really faze me talking about people. But this whole thing with this space thing is like, once again, the whole idea of like what is the point in staging any part of this? And it just happened the day before yesterday or whatever. And so, like I say, when it happened, I only heard one other person report about it. I was listening to Jimmy Dore, and he was talking about it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And actually, he's the one who helped point out like the door wasn't really closed; they already opened the door, whatever. So now I do want to just like see this shit for myself and be like, what are you trying to do, Bezos? Because this motherfucker. Look up his clock, yo. You know he's making a 10,000 year clock inside of a mountain somewhere. Yo, the dude is kind of weird, man. You know, a 10,000 year clock. Now he trying to be the next spaceman. What you doing, Bezos? What are you trying to set up here? And why are you staging aspects of something that's I don't know, are you putting this off as like a scientific thing? Is it a test of the the hardware capabilities of the rockets and return systems itself? Like, what was the real point of this, and why did you use like random celebrity? I don't know. There's something out there in the zeitgeist. I want to figure this one out. Like, what is this supposed to mean to society as a whole? Because we are moving towards this bigger idea of becoming a multi-species, or else we may actually meet our demise, because we know what happened to the terrible lizards and how they went out. And if that shit, it's not even, most these people say it's not if, it will happen again. It'll happen again. And if we don't have anywhere else to go, we'll be like the fucking dinosaurs. And we are at a current moment in our evolutionary travels that we have developed what appears to be space flight. Once again, I've never been to space. I don't know if the International Space Station is a real thing or not. I don't fucking know. But it seems like we do have this technology. And if we can continue to advance this technology, then hypothetically, in the next couple of centuries, we may actually be able to leave and start like setting up somewhere else and giving ourselves a greater chance and a greater opportunity of surviving the next extinction level event. Something like some people study the Younger Dryas that apparently only happened 12,000 years ago. That's not a long time, but it was such a cataclysmic event that it really disrupted all civilizations at that time. So whether it's something like that, or some extraterrestrial impact event from a meteor or asteroid or comet, then if we don't have anywhere else to go, it's only the motherfuckers with the bunkers. Because Zuckerberg is like, I just built the bunker just to see if I could build one. Huh? Why? But why did you build it? No, really, like no reason, really. I don't really have a real reason. It was just like I was bored and I felt like, a project. Oh, let's dig underground. And do what? I don't know. I used to dig and make mud pies when we was a kid, man. I just feel like, but what if we do it on a bigger scale? And I don't know. It won't let me reconnect for some reason. There it goes. Like I said, it's just my Wi-Fi, because I'm on the 3rd floor. I'm the farthest I can be from my router. And I have a strange suspicion that this house is old. It's so old. I'm pretty sure it still has like layers of lead paint underneath other paint that really prevents like a good signal from coming through, which is I like that. So I feel like it's a buffer. But yeah, in my house, reception is just poor, very poor quality. And I pay for like, my internet service is one tier below business class. So I got the highest like grade, like home internet you can get. Because I do have a lot of devices, and I play games. So if you're a game, man, you better have a good connection. You playing online, you gotta have a good connection. And when I get internet, I always tell the company, I play games online. Oh, well, we got you, bro. Okay, give me that package, whatever that shit is. The Flash Super Upgrade Pro 2, I need that shit, my guy. See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about, man. We running through this little background. Ain't shit. We about to really paint this. This is gonna be painterly. Give it a painterly quality to the background on this one. People are like, hey, it's so good. And I'm just look at them and be like, I know. I don't have to be humble all the time. I really don't. That's really good. I know. Then when I do that shit on purpose to some people just to see their reaction, because most of the time, what an individual would expect a response to be is, "Oh, thank you so much." When they say, "That's really good," "Oh, thank you so much." Not when they be like, "Oh, that is so beautiful," and I'd be like, "I know." And then they'll look at you like, I know. You didn't have to tell me. I know it's beautiful as shit. I did that. I really did that. I don't do it all the time, but I feel like it's not wrong, and that's still my opinion. And I'm agreeing with you. Me and you are in total agreement. We are in total agreement. Yeah. I did not know that. I do got my PlayStation is hardwired. My PlayStation is definitely hardwired. Yo. It wouldn't let me adjust my damn picture. Zyxel? Send me the link, bro. Let me put it in my Amazon cart.
Maximum dynamic pressure. Mach 1. Vehicle is supersonic.
Okay. They broke the sound barrier.
And there you saw the wind was turned off.
Wait a minute. Is that the ladies on the inside yelling? No, I don't think they couldn't hear their headsets in there, could they? No, that's somebody in the crowd yelling. Okay.
Vehicle is supersonic.
And there you saw the wind was turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster, and at that point, Kristen, that's when.
No, that yellow was. I can't tell if that was somebody inside or outside.
and the two craft is separated.
Put it up there. Put it up there.
328,000 feet, 100 kilometers. Welcome to space, ladies, or shall I say, astronauts. In half, and then in the last moment,
And there it is. We can see it from the stage.
there comes it, the rocket down. It's going to relight its engine. We also see a sonic boom. We're going to hear that shortly here.
And remember, this is something that had never been done before until just a few years ago. Truly the stuff of science fiction that you're about to watch in just seconds.
What do you mean, the technology that SpaceX developed to recatch a fucking rocket? Duh. That's what I say, man. Elon changed the fucking game, yo. Everything he do, everybody else got to keep up with that shit. I really didn't know Bezos was catching his rockets like that either. But it's the exact same design as the Falcon Heavy.
And booster touchdown. And booster touchdown.
Nah, that shit looks badass when that shit happens, though.
New Shepard.
That is badass.
Picture perfect landing right there.
Picture perfect landing.
Right on target.
Here we're waiting to see the drogue parachutes deploy from the crew capsule. Those are like the guide parachutes.
They're like drogue parachutes, just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
And then next will be the main parachutes that get pulled out.
Screaming inside the capsule.
That is the ladies in there. So when they separated, when the capsule separated from the thrusters, that was the ladies in the cabin yelling. I bet there was like at least twice they thought they were about to die. Yeah, because when the shit separated, I don't know, it sounded like you can hear like at least one person yell like, "Oh shit!" Like, once again, how much training did you guys have? And on the way back down, like, yeah, you're in fucking free fall until the parachute comes out, and then I guess from the motion of the parachute, of course, you're gonna feel like some really heavy jerking, and they started screaming at that. Like, were you not prepared for that? Did they not tell you, like, I don't know, like, why are you fucking yelling? And then so that's why they came out and kissed the fucking ground, like, oh, I thought I was gonna die. I guess you weren't really prepared for this journey. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm harping on this shit so hard. Anyway. You said that shit don't count. He said that shit don't count. They were really like yelling in there for
And you will
bloody
see
murder.
a puff of smoke when it touches down. A puff of dust.
Actually,
That's more like
What's it? A puff of dust, not smoke. Don't say smoke.
Kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
I mean, hey. Yeah, that was definitely not a space re-entry. That shit wasn't shielded or anything like that. You guys weren't technically in space. But the whole shit looks pretty badass. It says it's a super high altitude vehicle. I'm not gonna call that shit a spaceship. And technically, like when you think about it, we are all in space right now. I mean, there's no real barrier between us and the stars, unless you believe in the firmament. But if you don't believe in the firmament, then like technically we're always in space. You know? We're just in space all the time, perpetually just out there. You know? Y'all just went further from the surface of the ground than we are. Well, that's not lining up. Wait a minute. That's not lining up. What the hell? All right. What a blunder. My personal tech guy sent me the link. All right, appreciate it, bro.
Her underwear has nasty holes. Where did you pick up this tramp, Quinn?
Quinn with CS2 stand-up comedy and lost invested in the United States. Took preparations, but let's watch.
Don't need a tariff. You need a revolution.
You don't need a tariff, you need a revolution. And When a Chinese guy tells you that you need a revolution, you probably actually do, because these guys are willing to stand in front of a tank. Here we go.
For decades, your government and oligarchs only ship your job to China. For diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit.
I heard this shit. He was like, yeah, we're communists, but you know, and yeah, our oligarchs make money off of these deals too. But he was like, our guys built shit though, like they build shit. And China's like, we're in the future, bro. And he was like, is it perfect? No, but he was like, at least they invest in the country and they built our country up. And China's doing really good right now. And he was like, yo, your American oligarchs, they don't build your country up. It's like they just take all the money and then go vacation everywhere else around the world and be like, fuck America. Where the Chinese the Chinese oligarchs don't do that shit. Yeah, they're gonna get as much as they can, but at least they're gonna build infrastructure and keep trying to advance their country because they love China.
Cheap laborers.
So I've heard people say, oh, the problem with manufacturing in America is that we just got automation and robots. That's a part of it. The bigger part is that American corporations they took your jobs, turned them into crappy jobs, shipped them overseas to China, poor people in more desperate situations, and then imported the stuff back into the United States. That's what happened. And that's what he's talking about. Okay, here we go.
Really, China doesn't even do those jobs anymore. They sent them to Vietnam. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Phone making in the suicide building.
Really?
That has been years.
All right, here we go. Watch.
Yes, they hollow out your middle class.
That's right.
Crush your working class.
They crashed our working
told
class.
You to be proud, while they sold your future for profit. Yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty. From healthcare, raise living standard, we reinvested in our people.
So when we shipped our jobs to China, the money that China made from us shipping our jobs there and all the stuff they made, they invested actually in their country. People out of poverty.
Vulcan said we lifted people out of property, which is what some people would counter at him.
Okay, here we go.
Also benefit from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. Manipulate the market, dodge tax, and pour billions into endless wars.
That's right.
And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs.
Yep.
Debt. Wave property made in China, while they pick your pocket.
He said to give you American flags to wave that are probably made in China. Right. Your pocket.
I mean, they may come back.
40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build.
That's right. So the United States and China both benefited from this trade, but only one country actually invested that wealth in their own country to build.
China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed your lies, while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. So I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. You need a revolution.
In fairness, one of the ways they screwed up was not doing a tariff. That was one of the initial ways. Like they set unfair trade themselves, you know?
So here's this guy, Jack Ma. So he's like the Jeff Bezos of Asia. He created
Who he is?
Yeah, that's Jack Ma. So
the guy that disappeared for 2 months because he ran his mouth?
That he ran his mouth. And Jack Ma, so he created Alibaba, which is the Amazon of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees it clear as day. For 3 decades, the United States corporations raked in obscene amount of cash. It was so big, it was outstripping China's top 4 banks, all by shipping manufacturing overseas. Where'd all that loot vanish to? Well, straight into war chests and Wall Street's greedy paws. Tanks got funded, traders got fat, but bridges and roads? No, not a dime. No progress. Listen to Jack Ma. Let's listen to what he says.
And we just want to control the IP, we just want to have technology, we just.
So he's saying that's what the United States said. We just want to control the technology and the IP. On a
brand to leave the lower end jobs for the world. Great strategy. The past 30 years, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, they made tons of money. The money, the profit they made are much more than the 4 largest banks in China.
So the American corporations made tons of cash. Way more money than all the banks in China. Where'd all that money go? Where'd it go?
Bingo. Past 30 years, American had 13 wars, spending $14.2 trillion. The money going there. What if they spend a part of that money on building up the infrastructure, helping the white collars and blue collars? No matter how strategy good it is, supposed to spend money on your own people. And the other money, which I'm curious about, is that when I was young, I heard America is about Ford and Boeing, those big manufacturing companies. The last 10, 20 years, I heard about is Silicon Valley and Wall Street.
That's it.
The money go to the Wall Street. And what happened? Year 2008. The financial crisis wiped out 19 point.
Everybody knows the housing market crash of '08. That shit woke me up financially, where people are like, oh, man, fuck the government and DC. That shit don't bother me. Yes, it fucking does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. '08, that shit fucked my life up. Yo, I had to that shit put me on reset, nigga. The company I was working for went under because of that shit, yo. And I'm like, I had all my eggs in one basket. And once the company went under, I was strapped for. I was like, yo, what's going on? And then the field that I was in construction, but nobody was building. Nobody was building for over a year. And I was like, I had to change career field because of the market crash of '08. I literally had to move from where I was living to a different fucking state. It was that fucking bad for me. Why? Because these motherfuckers on Wall Street want to play around with the fucking market and shit. And lose out goddamn trillions of goddamn dollars. And then want to bail the fucking bankers out. That shit still don't make sense to me to this day. To this fucking day. And that's what made me look at reparations all over again too. Motherfucker, y'all gave the bankers trillions of fucking dollars, 2-point-something trillion dollar bailout. Bitch, hey, wait a minute. How y'all always say y'all don't never got no money for goddamn reparations? Where y'all find all these trillions of dollars from? This don't seem fair at all. There's something afoot here, and I gotta figure this shit out. Cause goddamn, if they can bail all these goddamn Fannie Mae motherfuckers out, bitch, niggas been needing to bail out since the 1800s, nigga. Since the Freedmen's Bureau. I'm upset. I get mad every time I think about '08. Damn, Ma, why you had to bring that shit back up, man? Got me thinking about hardships all over, man. Terrible days, man.
$1.2 trillion USA alone. They wiped out all the white collars and destroyed 33 million jobs globally. So what if the money, it's not Wall Street, what if the money spent on the Middle East, Middle West of the United States, developing the industry there, that could be changed a lot. So it's not the other countries steal jobs from you guys. It is your strategy.
This was America's strategy. China didn't steal our jobs. This was American corporations' big idea. It wasn't China's idea that.
And I remember, I was like you said, this has happened over the past 3 decades, last 30 years. I was just exiting high school then, and that was the trend. And everybody was talking about big data. Big data is the next thing for America. We're going to invest in information technology. And that's it. And like you said, Silicon Valley. Ever since I've been in high school, you know, it's all about the tech world now. This is the, you know, we're in the digital era, the information age. And they've been pushing that shit for 30 years. And over the past 30 years, more and more of our manufacturing has left the country. And that's a part of their strategic plan. And a lot of people can see it, a lot of people can't. But when you got Chinese motherfuckers telling you, yo, this is what it is. Listen, America, listen, America. I'm gonna tell you what the Wall Street hotshots won't tell y'all. They getting fat without giving y'all shit. Nigga. Wages stagnant since what's the let me just look this up right now just so I don't be lying about nothing. The average minimum wage in the US varies by state, but federal minimum wage is $7.25 per hour. The federal minimum wage was set at $7.25 per hour on July 24th, 2009. And before then, in 2007, it was $5.85. And then at the end of 2007, they put it up to $6.55. And then in 2008, they made it $7.25, and that stuck. Stagnant wages. I can't even believe that shit. Yo. It's crazy.
Who would take our manufacturing and send it to them? That was our idea. Why? Because it would increase corporate profits, because they can make their products cheaper. And then the corporations could get richer, and then they could buy jets, and they could buy yachts, and they could buy golf courses. They didn't invest any of that money back in the Midwest. They put all that money into that stuff, or they put it into bombs for the Middle East. What did we do? 11 wars at $15 trillion?
13.
13 wars? Yeah.
I had lost count. I didn't realize we were already up to 13.
13. That's crazy.
I'm just saying Jack Ma doesn't obviously understand American exceptionalism, which means the rest of the world can have nice things except for America.
Yeah, well, he was cool with all that until he said something about they should get rid of all the regulations on him, and then they took him to a camp, and now he talks sense.
So I just want the United States military bases. These are not United States manufacturing companies.
Right.
United States manufacturing factories. These are not factories. These are This is what we make. We make bombs, and we make military installments. And this
American military installations globally. We have over 280 of these motherfuckers. That's where our money goes, people. That's where all our money goes. Is to keep all of our military around the world prepared at a moment's notice to attack whoever is paying us the highest bid to attack somebody. You need our help? Yeah, we got some troops in your region. What you got for us? I need some intel or some something, man, and I can send a couple of soldiers right your way right now. They're right there.
Every dot on there is a United States military base. Just look at all the ones we just have in Africa alone. Killed Gaddafi. We killed Gaddafi because he was going to unite Africa. But we can't have that happen because we need to steal their natural resources, their cobalt and things like that, and exploit their labor, which is why we killed Gaddafi. Because he was going to unite Africa as one, just like the European Union is. He was going to make an African Union, and he was going to have their own currency, and it was going to be backed by gold, and it was going to compete with the U.S. dollar.
The gold
dinar. We can't
dinar.
have that. That's why we killed him. Here it is. Look at why it's tense. But you took it turns out. Just take a look. This is all United States. It's Kurt. Look at all off of China. Look at all the military bases we have off China. Look at in the Central and South America. Just look at that. Look at the Middle East. Look at Europe. Look at Africa. This is what we do. What we do with our money.
Mm-hmm.
Invest it. It lifted that. I don't know how many 800 million people out of poverty. What we do with our money. That's the Democrats and the Republicans. Trump isn't talking about closing those down. He's increasing the budget. Trump is increasing the exact opposite of what people thought he was going to do.
Doge didn't reduce the budget.
Yeah, but just so you know, Doge is not reducing the budget.
It might as well be nothing. It might as well be nothing.
It might as well be nothing. And people tell me, no, Jimmy, they're going to get around to the Pentagon. They are not getting around to the Pentagon. Not doing that.
Trump was seriously going to do that, they would have sent their discount Sirhans, you know? They'd have the top of the line ones.
That's exactly right.
So in cuckoos you had knocking around from the old days, see if they could do it.
A lot of military bases, don't you think? Shouldn't that be pissing everybody off? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody ever talks about the 900 military bases we have around the world. And hey, let's shut those down. No one ever talks about that. They talk about
all the shipping.
They talk about, oh, we've got to deal with Iran. Iran must be dealt with. We've got to deal with Yemen. We've got to deal with Iraq and Syria and Somalia and the Sudan and the South Sudan.
Just like Israel's got it. I say let them handle it. As long as they do a great job, everybody likes them. You know, they don't need us get in their way.
People are so
go full force.
This is how people are
no
just
money from us.
That's right. The United States is they're people, they're like battered wives. They just take it now. Nobody even brings this up. Look at that. Nobody even brings this up. No other country has. What does China have, like 3 military bases? Russia has like maybe 8.
If that broke out on your cock, you'd get help.
That's right. So if you want to know what happened and why Trump has to try to now do tariff.
I've been saying it once again, giving credit to Alex Jones. Alex Jones brought up this issue years and years and years ago. He's the first person that actually alerted me. He was like, bro, there's so many permanent installations, permanent military bases globally. He's like, it's ridiculous how many bases we have. And he was like, this is where our money is. Keeping these fucking facilities functional and operational so that we can invade and be tyrants anywhere in the world at a moment's notice for American interest, because we have to protect American interest. Alex Jones Ben said that shit years and years ago. Like, bro, you don't know where the money is going. Once it flows through the Pentagon, black holes. Might as well just be a motherfucking black hole.
Is because we screwed ourselves and we're continuing to. Trump is not stopping this.
I think at about 3 hours, I may go across the hall and build on that Gundam a little bit more for this evening. I'm in desperate need of a bathroom break right now, guys. Let me run to the loo. What does the song "Skip to My Loo" means then? If the bathroom is called the loo, right? You can say that. I have to go to the loo. Then if you're skipping to my loo, and why do you have to skip to my loo? Why can't you just skip to your own fucking loo? Skip to my loo, my darling. Peculiar, very peculiar. That those words there. I don't skip, I run.
Want to take over the world or not? Do you want China to win?
That's what people say. You want
Somebody
China
has to take over the world in the end.
This is how
Nothing weird about saying that.
They go, oh, you want China to win? This is how China wins. This is how they win, because China isn't doing this. This is how we lose, actually.
Yeah. Are we in some contest for a horrible one world government that we weren't told about?
Yes.
And losing? And so, like, it feels like that. I'm like, were we in some Olympic thing we were supposed to take over everything, and if we don't, before a certain day, it's all over? Like, maybe fill everybody in if that's the case. Because I don't care as of now.
Just to show this again, look at this. United States. Okay, all right. You're all suckers. We're all suckers.
Heard an ESPN Sportsbook. I'm talking stats, same game parlays, all the action all in one place. This place.
Sign up today and receive $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 bet.
That's my show. You already know the mainstream news media is not reliable. They never tell you the truth about Russiagate, Ukraine, COVID lockdowns, or anything. That's why I keep partnering with Ground News. Their app and website make it super easy to compare media coverage from all over the world in one place. Like on Trump shifting his stance on Ukraine, if you go to Ground News/JD, you'll see the full coverage on how he's cut them off from intelligence sharing. Even the UK, one of our closest allies, can't pass along any U.S. intel to Ukraine. Ground News gives me instant access to over 300 articles covering it worldwide. They even tell you if each reporting source has a political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and if they're independently owned or corporate controlled. They'll even show you where the news sources are based. It's a super helpful way to see what kind of biases lead to some thinking this is some catastrophic betrayal of Ukraine that weakens NATO, while others call it a strategic realignment that forces Europe to take.
Oh, did I pressed the wrong button back to
agenda, and it wants to find these stories. So just go to access Talk Joe and everything we do here.
Yo, China not wrong, yo.
Yeah, I stay up on my grind, I ain't wasting no more time. Fan the spark and let it shine, grow into a big ass flame. Burn this shit down to the ground, and I burn a couple pounds. Break it down by the ounce, got my stripes, don't need no clout. Grind my feet on your new couch, my white hairs leave you bleeding out. I seen the path, I know the route, I'm confident and no doubt. I'm holding out, no holding out. We go all out, the world is ours. Time is precious, golden hours piss you off like golden showers. It's been ugly. Been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Yo, niggas get wild when they phone with a bot. Giving a fuck if you humble or not. Don't cover my spot, cover my spot. Chasing the guap and we running with Glocks. My goons got tools and know I pop. We move too smooth, avoiding the cops. You losers lose, we stay on your top. Fighting with fire, we burning the game. You should say my name if you wanted it not. Chris, I'm on point with the pen in the pad. Be my position, I pause and I watch. All of my options, it's even they plot. I'm beating the odds, it's even the pot. A couple of shots make you lean rock. My team still running a couple of blocks. We shutting shit down when we open up shop. Shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Yo. Yeah, I stay up on my grind, I ain't wasting no more time. Fan the spark and let it shine, grow into a big ass flame. Burn this shit down to the ground, and I burn a couple pounds. Break it down by the ounce, got my stripes, don't need no clout. Grind my feet on your new couch, my white hairs leave you bleeding out. I seen the path, I know the route, I'm confident and no doubt. I'm holding out, no holding out. We go all out, the world is ours. Time is precious, golden hours piss you off like golden showers. It's been ugly, been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody, keep grinding now. It's my time. Yo, niggas get wild when they phone with a bot. Giving a fuck if you humble or not. Don't cover my spot, cover my spot. Chasing the guap and we running with Glocks. My goons got tools and know how to pop. We move too smooth, avoiding the cops. You losers lose, we stay on your top. Fighting with fire, we burning the game. You should say my name if you wanted it not. Chris, I'm on point with the pen in the pad. Beat my position, I pause and I watch. All of my options, it's even they plot. I'm beating the odds and steaming the pot. A couple of shots make you lean and rock. My team still running a couple of blocks and we shutting shit down when we open up shop. Shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody. Keep grinding now. It's my time. Say, shit done been ugly, been muddy, been bloody. Keep grinding now. It's my time. Yo.
No, that's crazy. I played one song and everybody left the stream. It's all good. Y'all don't gotta listen to my damn music.
Get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose.
Well, we got a ton of new updates out of OpenAI this week, some cool new Google announcements, and an insane new AI video model. A lot has happened this week. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just break it all down. Let's start with the fact that OpenAI is actually taking away some models from us. They announced that effective April 30th, GPT-4, the model that came out around spring of 2023 and just blew everybody's minds, is going away. They're going to retire it and fully replace it with GPT-4o. Now that actually makes sense, but here's where things start to get confusing. They're also phasing out the GPT 4.5 model, which is one of the newer models that they've given us access to inside of ChatGPT recently. 4.5 only came out in late February of 2025. It's less than 2 months old. And quite honestly, up until recently, it's been my favorite model to use inside of ChatGPT. It was never the smartest model when it came to complex logic or doing math and reasoning, but when it came to creative writing and actually feeling like you were chatting more with like a human, GPT 4.5 was really good at that. Now, I said it's a little bit confusing, not because they're getting rid of it, but because of what's replacing it. This week, OpenAI rolled out GPT 4.1. Yeah, after we got 4.5. Now, as of right now, this GPT 4.1 is only available in the API. You won't find it inside of ChatGPT, but they did roll out 3 versions of this. They launched GPT 4.1, 4.1 Mini, and 4.1 Nano. Similar to GPT 4.5, these ones aren't those thinking models where when you give it a prompt, it sort of thinks through the response before giving you an answer. These are more like the models we're used to, where you just give it a prompt and it gives you an answer as quick as it can. We can see that these models are quite a bit smarter. They didn't actually label this here, but we can tell by the chart that they're smarter, and they're also about as fast when it comes to generating a response as the 4.0 models. These 4.1 models are also much better at coding than 4.0, 0.1 High, which I believe is the same as 0.1 Pro. It's better than 0.3 Mini, and it's better at coding than GPT 4.5, the model that's named higher but was released earlier. Yeah, I know, super confusing. When it comes to instruction following, GPT 4.1 isn't quite as good as GPT 4.5 or 0.3 Mini or 0.1. These are the 2 models that actually think through after you give it the prompt. Now, there's a few reasons 4.1 is seemingly replacing 4.5. One of them is massive context window. So this one has a 1 million token context window, meaning roughly 750,000 words of input and output text. Here's a chart that shows the needle in a haystack benchmark, where they essentially take a large amount of text, bury some information somewhere in the text and then ask questions and see if the model finds the small bit of information that they buried. It looks like it was 100% accurate at finding any of the text all the way up to that 1 million token context window. It's also on par when it comes to vision with GPT 4.5, on par when it comes to math, and very slightly better at reasoning. But if we're being real, this is the reason 4.1 is replacing 4.5. That's the pricing. To use GPT 4.1, it costs about $1.84 per. Now, OpenAI has completely removed the 4.5 pricing on their pricing page, but if I look at the Wayback Machine here, we can see from last month, GPT 4.5 with 128,000 context length was $75 per million tokens and $150 per million tokens output. So yeah, when you compare the pricing of how much it costs to use 4.5 versus how much it costs to use 4.1, this is the real reason it's getting replaced right now. But OpenAI released even more models this week, and these were thinking models where when you ask it a question, it starts to think through the problem after you give it the prompt before giving you a response, resulting in a slower response, but also a much more accurate, sort of polished response. One thing OpenAI doesn't seem to do is actually compare their models to models that aren't also OpenAI models. Like they're not comparing these to Gemini 2.5 or Anthropic's Claude 3.7 or even Meta's Llama 4. They're only comparing them to their own past models. But we can see that when it comes to math, it's pretty impressive. And it gets even more impressive, which I'll show you in a minute. But their O3, without any tools, which I'll also talk about in a second, scored an 88.9% on this competition math benchmark here. And O4 Mini with no tools scored a 92.7%. These new models also appear to be pretty good at problem solving and coding, as well as with agentic tool use. Now, here's where things get really interesting about these models specifically. Like I mentioned, they're thinking models, so you give it a prompt, it actually
Hey. Hey, can you hear me? Oh, I just seen how traffic was. On a Friday. Well, all right, that's no big deal. In the studio. Yeah, I'm about to take a break from painting for a minute and probably go play with my action figure. Yeah. All right. What? So it's beer 30. I'm saving my beer for across the hall. Like I say, we're about to go over there. So I at least wanted to do 5 hours on this piece today. We almost got 5 hours. We're in here for about 2 hours early this morning. Got a good solid 2 hours in. And now we did 3. So I'm terrible at math, but I do want to go work on that Gundam kit. Not lying. But then at the same time, we actually got a lot of bit done on this canvas today. The progress we made today, that ain't nothing to shake a stick at, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we really moved the needle. So I really feel like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish adding some details to the rest of the slats on this table. And then after that, I'm leaving the books. I normally leave the books for the end anyway. So after I get the slats filled in, we're gonna jump right into the portrait portion. Start on his skin tones, and then start working on his clothes. That'll be tomorrow. I can start because these slats are gonna go a little quicker now since I'm on the bigger parts and not all of this stuff here with the little shadow around. So that's how I feel like I'm getting really close to a pretty good stopping point. I can probably just pull away right here. I want to let me fill this one all the way in. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. All right, I think that's a good one. Good stopping point right there. I don't know, guys. Does anybody want to watch the Gundam build? If anybody want to watch the Gundam build, I'll take the laptop over there. If not, I might just do it in silence today. I feel like it's hard for you guys to see what I'm actually doing just because of the lighting over there and I don't know, the orientation that I have the camera. I don't feel like you're really seeing everything. That is mad. What the fuck, bro? That's crazy. This brush is stupid. My bristles went all the way inside the brush. That's fucking trash. That's looking pretty damn good right now. Oh yeah, got them shadows and highlights coming across that table. That's gonna make it look real nice right there. PC, I got you on the big monitor. I can see all that shit. I feel you, dog. He said, I can see good shit. Get it started, bro. I can see everything. All right. I don't know. The last time I restarted the stream just because I wanted to have a Gundam Wing thumbnail. I might do that again, guys. I might shut this one down. And wait a minute, let me see if I can actually find another. I should just use my own, actually. Yeah, let me end this stream. I'm gonna start another stream right back up. Gonna start one immediately right back, guys. If this is your first time in the stream, appreciate you guys for stopping by. Definitely subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so that you will catch every stream. We do this on a daily basis. It will literally take me 2 to 3 minutes to get set up next door, but I do want to at least change the thumbnail. So if I do want to go back and find these clips of that stuff, it'll be easier for me to find it. So yeah, give me a few minutes, guys, and we'll set up across the hall.